Absolutely incredible pain. And we're going through evolution. Um, I'm well versed on how the sun feels. I'm well versed on, you know, day to day how we feel. And we've all been on a journey for a while. And to feel the quality of the sun right now, to feel the pain riveting through the body. I will be discussing things that you will not hear anywhere else. This is a very important day today. Not a day on the calendar, but a day of energy. And for anyone that's maybe seeing me for the first time, this is a podcast. I'm live, and I'm going to start at the 4-minute mark. There's an incredible amount of pain in the body. Years ago, the shaman was the most sensitive, and it's like an early warning signal. I know a lot of people that are part of our Facebook community are feeling this right now. It doesn't end when you want it to end. It ends when the process is done. And I know certain people, listen, I don't like to hear this either, but the amount of pain that is riveting through the body, through the spine, and waking up last night was not too pleasant either. You have to know your point of homeostasis. You have to know this. I could see from the live chat right now, a lot of people are feeling this. And I'm here to tell you, you cannot spiritually bypass this process. With a sense of urgency, if you hear my voice, you cannot spiritually bypass this process of evolution, which is ascension, which is happening right now, which is driven by the solar flash. There is an incredible amount of pain in the body, and I show up to share this with other people, because if one person hears this, they'll know how to move forward. And I'm going to be discussing a lot of things. You're going to say, I never heard these concepts ever on YouTube, on Facebook. I never heard these concepts. That's why God, maybe left me out on the beach, because someone has to present the information that the people need. And you're going to think very differently if you make it through the end of this, and there'll be a special message at the end of this video for those that are truthfully making this jump, that are going through this process. I'm not here to sugarcoat this. There is pain. There is so much pain. If you're feeling it, you could hit the emojis for pain right now. The amount of pain riveting through the spine right now. And I'm going to give real life examples. Things that you might have never heard before. That's why I spent years and years and years studying and disregarding mainstream BS so that I could sit in front of people and actually go through the process myself. And you go through the process yourself and you feel absolute pain. There is a lot of pain. We are jumping for joy even through the pain, Jen. I appreciate everyone coming on. I believe it was Debbie. Thank you for the super chat. I'm very grateful for that. It's a very important day today, an important message, chock full of information, information that many people have never heard before. I'm absolutely grateful. If you hit the like button right now, it allows others to get the notification. We're at the 4-minute mark. That's how we roll here. For several days in a row, on the Android device, I get extreme UV warning, okay? And the sun is the driving force behind all of this. And this is the Great Solar Flash event. So to see that notification, get the extreme UV warning. I have some friends up in New York. I believe it was 96 degrees up by them. The sun is getting maxed out. The sun is ready to blast, and it's been blasting. And this has been going on for years. It's been going on for years. And this energy is changing us. If you're hearing this message, you must get in your brain today that the sun is much more than a ball of gas burning billions of miles away. I believe that was Pumbaa, right? Everything is gas to you, Pumbaa. No, it's much more than that. It's when you change your modality. I got a comment from someone recently, and again, it's not how much you know, because as the good shepherd, I'm here to reach people regardless of their modality, whether they view it as solar flash or solar flare. It's my honor to lead people and not judge them by what modality. I can't judge people. You should never judge people according to the belief system. Just because mainstream media tells you something, or fake people on the internet tell you something, and that's what they're moving forward with. But if you get to the basics of science right now, energy is the ability to cause change. And there are millions of people that are going to be affected by this energy. And that means I got to show up. I got to go through this pain. And we're going to deliver the message today to the people. There's a lot of pain in the spine. So the other day, I had an epiphany, if you will. I'm always studying my everyday life. That's how God gives me the message. And I said, how can I teach people across the world that sun is more than just the light in the sky? And the answer came to me because I listened to AM radio. All right. The other day, I like to spend my evenings, 5 o'clock on. I usually go to the beach, but I was driving to the gym to sit in the infrared sauna to do the detoxification process at this time, which is so important. And the sky was dark in the heavy clouds, and there was no sun at all. And I turned on AM radio. And anyone that still listens to AM radio, you know, and you might experience this, especially if you're picking up a station that's kind of far away, and it's from a town that's not here. So I'm barely, I'm getting the signal. But when the sun sets, that radio signal goes out. And even though the sky was dark, and even though there was not just, it was so dark, there's no light coming through. The radio is still picking up the energy. So we have to understand the magnetic force, the electromagnetism, the full attributes of the sun and what it's doing to us. And electricity, the masculine, the magnetic, the feminine, and the energies that are changing us inside. And it's happening. So when you just think it's just light, and you want to think differently, and anyone that listens to AM radio, I'm reading the chat right now. You listen to the AM radio. I listen to sports talk, and these are the everyday life examples that God is showing us. And you say, okay, so the radio signal there is still a power, right? A source, even though there is a blanket of clouds. And what a lot of people don't realize, right? You can't hide from this under the ground. You can't hide from this. You can't in your home, and you cannot bypass this. You can't bypass this. There is an incredible amount of pain that is riveting through the body right now. It's going through the bones. Oh, that was a good one. It's going through the bones. It's going through the spine. Do you feel this pain riveting through your bones, riveting through your spine? And when the pain gets so intense, you have to only focus on the truth. I taught the community this several years ago. I filmed a video while I was running up the stair mill. And the point of the video was not to say, oh, look at me, I'm cool, I'm running up the stair mill. But when you are in that when it's so intense, only the truth can come out. You don't have time for the fake, for the bypassing. The truth must come out in this pain that we're sitting in right now. And the pain is going through the bones. We were all supposed to go through a lot of pain when it comes to the bones years ago. But because of the mainstream, our parents, they took us to have something removed. I joke around with my mom about this. I'm like, you screwed me over. I'm just kidding. But through my research, I know a lot of you have done this research as well, the wisdom teeth, the bones, in our lives at a certain age, the wisdom teeth were actually supposed to, and they say it's compacted, we were actually supposed to feel the pain. And the pain of the wisdom teeth, that action, the pain to the bone, is actually part of our evolutionary process. And the bones, right, the structure, that pain, that's the Heinrich metamorphosis that's happening. The caterpillar doesn't go through this metamorphosis and say, wow, this feels so great on the inside, when it's basically liquefying so that it could turn into a butterfly. And this is the ascension process. We are going through evolution. And these energies, it's coursing through our body and the bones. And that's why it's really important. It is extreme right now, Caroline. We're live right now. Do you also feel it's extreme? Put a like on this video so others get this video. So if you have done the research, anyone could do this research. I'm just being the guiding light for you, because the structure, or the point I want to drive home today, is the pain that is riveting through the spine, the pain that is riveting through the bones. So just like how years ago, if we went the natural way without having them ripped out, we were supposed to sit for a sustained period of time, is what I share on this channel. We were supposed to sit with that pain from the wisdom teeth. And we had them, and think about that. They're called wisdom teeth. Wisdom. It's a very, very, very potent time. Okay. And the sun is connected to human consciousness. It's not just a ball of gas burning billions of miles away, like Pumbaa said. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff that is going on. All right. And, I learned this years ago, and, Tesla talked about this. He refers to it as the ionosphere. Some people refer to it as the firmament. But the way that the radio signal, that broadcast, it is bouncing off that electrically charged particles, which is known as the ionosphere. Some people refer to it as the firmament. Okay. So we're focused on electricity. We're focused on electricity today. What is happening? The nervous system is being totally recalibrated. So what you're feeling right now, what I'm feeling, it's not cool. I don't wake up in the morning, right? We got to be authentic in our lives. Some people, and if you watch people in this very heightened moment with emotions, what is coming up in the body, it's real, or is it just a robot talking? And I've gotten this comment. Some people are numb to the changes. But you have to be focused on yourself, which we will get to the end of this lesson today, at the very end, for those that make it to the end. There is an incredible amount of pain, okay? Along with the pain I feel in the spine right now, I woke up in the middle of the night, which is very rare for me, and I was absolutely nauseous to the point where I really thought I was going to throw up. And but it went away. And maybe someone else is feeling that as well. That was a short period of time, but what I'm experiencing over the past few days, that's building and building and building, is that pain in the spine and the lower back. I did also another video on the solar plexus. Okay, you can watch that video as well. But I did have that very sharp feeling of nausea in the middle of the night, woken up out of the sleep, but it went away. So maybe you are experiencing that as well. You could comment that down below. To understand this and to be authentic about this, I'm as authentic as they come. Do you think I want this to continue? Do you think I wanted this finished last year? Do you think I wanted this finished already? But the answer that I could share with the people, and you got to get this through, I complain about it as well. I complained about it as well. Do I want to keep feeling this pain? The process is done, not when you're tired. The process is done when it's done. This is evolution. And I say that with a lot of anger and pain, and it's the truth. It's the truth. You cannot spiritually bypass this. I'm not here to frighten people. I'm here to deliver the truth. So last year, the video is waiting for you. The solar flash, the only way out is through. It does not change, okay? You can watch it if you haven't watched it yet. Solar flash, the only way out is through the pain. The pain is the process. The pain is the process, all right? Just like your wisdom teeth, I utilize that as a teaching tool. Anyone, if you want to go out there, a lot of people have shared the Facebook memes. Hit us up on Facebook. We have a tremendous Facebook community, all right? Then you start looking up the wisdom teeth and the pain that you're supposed to sit with. If we are evolving, if we are going through this, you cannot spiritually bypass this process. I'm sorry to tell you. And there is pain, and I could feel this right now. And then the phone's going off, extreme UV warning day after day. And to be honest with everyone, and that's going to bring us into Dr. Delbert Blair, I limit my time out in the sun. I know the sun. Can you see my tan? I know the sun very well. I limit my time in this myself. I know some people, the sun is strong to them. Right? To me, it's like usually no big deal. I limit my time in the afternoon when it's the strongest, and I literally spend the time later in the day. It's minimal, and I could even smell it. I could. Are you experiencing that the sun is blasting away already? That the sun is. Do you personally? Anastasia, thank you so much for the super chat. Authenticity and yes to solar plexus issues. Absolutely. I appreciate you. Oop. I'm sorry. Melanie Bell, thank you so much for the super chat. I love you. Love you all. We love you, Melanie. A lot of love in this chat today. A lot of power in this chat today. Jill Warsaw, thank you so much for the super chat. The wisdom teeth are linked to your heart and small intestines. Keep them. I appreciate you sharing that. Yeah, so a lot of this stuff, that pain that we're supposed to go through, again, that's also in life. People don't want to sit through the pain, right? But again, if you want in anything, and I teach people how to become successful in life, there are certain times we don't just sacrifice just to sacrifice or do things to be a masochist. We do things because at the end of the process, anything in life, there's hard work. If I train a person to work out in the gym, I'm your consciousness coach here, right? Whether we're doing it with our consciousness, everyday life, every aspect in life, it is this one word I teach the community: embodiment. Are you the embodiment of improving? Are you the embodiment of ascension? Are you the embodiment of evolution? Today, we are now at the point of evolution. Dr. Delbert Blair spoke about this time period, the time period where the sons and daughters of God will rejoice, where the DNA is activated. And he said some people, they will struggle with the power of the sun. So we are now at that precipice. We are now at that precipice where we can't sugarcoat things. This is happening. Take it or leave it. So there's people that are going to be very focused on this message. Some people can't handle it, but we have to all move forward as a society right now. This is just what it is. Okay. So Dr. Delbert Blair, you could look him up. He spoke about this time period. And even myself, even though I am going through this process, even though I'm very strong on detoxifying the body, again, we all live our lives, but I think we all know we do the best we can to avoid certain things. But there's a lot of chemicals that are sprayed around and stuff. So it's just my journey. It's just my journey. We could all live our own journey. I am detoxifying body every single day. Are you detoxifying your body every single day? That's just my journey. And if anyone that's new, I have put up very powerful videos in the past week. I watched the behavior. Some people have changed their ways in a post-2020 world, and some people are doing the same or worse. A lot of people resonated with that video, right? Think about what a person was consuming back in 2020. And so now so many years have passed, and the behaviors and what they're putting in their body for now years, it's been years. While you have maybe been on a journey of detoxification for years. Do you understand the difference? Put the like on the video if you're resonating with what I'm putting out there. It's a very important moment. Carisha Harrison, I love you. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. All right. So this is all about electricity in the bones, okay? I walk every day barefoot, okay? Your bones, okay, also generating electricity. This is known as piezoelectricity. Every day, and I feel it in my spine, and a lot of people are feeling this. Again, people want to go in the gym, put on their rubber soles. I'm gonna count the calories on the treadmill. That doesn't help us, ladies and gentlemen. But when you're barefoot and the bones as you walk, and you're generating piezoelectricity in the body as you walk, as you ground, it's so important. You have to hear these messages. And in your soul, right, you say to yourself, because you're going to see a lot of things on mainstream, a lot of people just say, oh, this is what's going on. And that's how people that maybe had the ability of making this quantum leap. I talk about quantum shifting. Do you want a quantum shift to a brand new reality? Click subscribe. I do it all here. I don't sit in a box, because as we go through this change right now, okay, now what are we going to do with it? What are the real life solutions that we're going to implement to our everyday life? Because we're alive, right? We're evolving, right? That's why we're here. I saw a man that understands that this is a biblical time period, and he has a device. I watched this reel, and he was facing the thermometer, pointing it at the sun, whatever the temperature was of the day. And then he goes, look, now like the sun is baking these plants, and he focuses it on the plants. And if it was like, say, 80, and then he focuses on the plants, and it was 90 degrees, and the plant was hotter, and the sun is baking us all. The energy that is, we have to think differently than it's just a ball of gas, and it's just giving us thermal energy. It goes way beyond this. And we have to understand the full spectrum, the full electromagnetic spectrum, because, and again, we are humans. We see invisible light, but it goes beyond visible light. And that's why I shared that example of the AM radio. And just because you can't see the visible light, the clouds are there, there's still energies that are there's fields, and you have fields, and you have a nervous system that must be reset and is being recalibrated. And you have energies coursing through your bones right now, and there's a lot of pain. There's an absolute a lot of pain. Do you think I feel comfortable? Do I look comfortable right now? And again, we're not here to cookie cutter these things. We're here to share authentically. It's totally painful right now, totally uncomfortable right now. But when you are uncomfortable, that's where evolution happens. That which shall survive. Okay? Yeah, when I listened to Dr. Delbert Blair and his talks were years ago. And I see it playing out, and I don't want to talk about the negative parts too much. But again, people have their free will to detox if they choose. People have the free will to gaslight and turn the video off. That's their free will. But he did speak about this, and certain people they have a difficult time with the amount of energy that this sun is blasting us with. And even myself, I can tell. I go to the beach a lot. I don't know if you guys know this here, but authentically, I could feel it. And that's why even myself, when I'm in the direct sun in the high noon time, I understand the power right now. I have the power. And we got to lead by example. Anyone could stop me. Anyone could see me. We have a beautiful community. I see some of you in the chat. It's real. And it's really uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable. And if you are sensitive, as I shared earlier, in mainstream society, especially for men, it's literally a superpower to be sensitive, because you are an early warning. Hey, how you doing? I'm your early warning signal. It's good to see you. And some people will disregard it, and that's cool. And some people say, I do feel this building inside of me. And there is no right or wrong to this. You feel it, the poet that knows it? The lion teach writes truth. I know we're feeling it. I know the lions are feeling it right now. Oh man, the lions are activating right now. So a lot of the world, as I shared in a video that many people resonated with, is compromised. And even out in the physical vessel, right? So we're the energy that operates this vessel, but this physical vessel is important. I see people, they suffer from spiritual derangement syndrome. How you doing? And they want to disregard the vessel. If you want to play this game, we are actually in a game right now. Picture we're in the game, right? And this is your avatar, right? I think they showed it to us in the movie Avatar. Did they? Let me know. This vessel has to be running like a well-oiled machine. You got to be healthy. And some people want to disregard it. And I depicted this in a very powerful video recently. It's going to pop up here if you haven't watched it yet. And then there's people that they think they're so cool, and they're actually not being healthy. But they're going with the ego and all the chemicals and all that other stuff. And that's cool. Everything's cool right now. Because at the end of the day, when this pain is riveting through your body, as it's riveting through my body, and this is why you have to feel this. This is not an egotistical thing. This is the answer. You are in control, and you are responsible for your personal ascension. How can you possibly go through this? How can you possibly go through this? Giving your life force energy away, the louche farming, the narcissist, the this, the that. And also living in the ego. You have to put this ascension first. It's got to be numero uno, baby. It's numero uno. It's got to be numero uno. Okay, a lot of people are writing, I'm feeling it right now, right? Janine writes, detoxification is part of the journey. All right, if anyone's new, you click subscribe. You go to the health and wellness playlist. And again, every time, the answer is pain. So you go to pain, and then you go to content of character. And I was given pain, and I received pain, and then through my free will and my character, I had to change my ways. Because you can't live in your ego. How can you possibly survive this? Anyone? So I had to change my ways. And even to the point where I thought I was healthy, I had to get healthier. Me. I had to take responsibility and actually implement changes to my everyday life. And a lot of men, I know the divine masculine is activating. I speak to a lot of you, and I have buddies, one could be on the other side of Florida. The other one could be 1,000 miles away in New York, and we all feel the same thing. And brothers, if that heart chakra, you got to walk barefoot outside. If I were to say what's the number one thing for me to grant, is walking barefoot outside. And so many of us, we have to, you have to go through it, and you might have to go through it alone. At the end of the day, we will all be able to say, I survived the great solar flash. It's not going away. And there are different attributes to it. It's not just the light of the sun. It's the evolutionary changes that are happening inside of us. The sensitivity that you're having, that's a good, even though it don't feel like a good thing, you could say, wow, my nervous system is being recalibrated. Doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good. My bones, right? The electricity coursing through us. And that's why, oh, what's up, Valentine? Yeah, where are you located? Let us know in the comments, okay? But a lot of this, it has to go to the personal journey. In a world where everything is compromised, God gave me a journey that's different than other people, so that everything could be exposed to me, so that we could do this the right way. When God tasks you to do it the right way, your journey is longer. It's more grueling, because then you get to see what's real and what's fake. And we're constantly course directed. But the pain that we're feeling is the answer. Pain is the process. I'm sorry to say, I could check. Okay, ready? I'm as real as they could. Do you think I want to turn the pain off? Absolutely. Absolutely. Do I feel the frustration? Do I want to finally feel comfortable? Right? And a lot of people, we've all been, and that's why you actually have, forget about the physical pain, but then you actually have experiences in your life that causes the emotional pain. You don't get a break. Every once in a while I say, God, can I get a break? Years and years. And do you feel it? You have to feel the emotions. You have to feel authenticity, not people that act like a robot. Brandy writes facts. It's just the facts. These are the facts of life. Breaks. Earth Angel laughs. Breaks. No, I never got a break, Earth Angel, either. Never got a break. And that's where the Heinrich metamorphosis happens, because you will evolve. We are in an evolutionary event. It cannot be spiritually bypassed. You could miss out on it, but you can't get to that evolutionary step. You can't go through the ascension process by spiritually bypassing the pain of the evolution. Because this physical vessel, that nervous system, the electricity, that nervous system must be recalibrated. This is something I have been teaching. This is never going to go away. I'll still be teaching this years from now. It's your nervous system, kid. It's your nervous system. We have to embrace it, Lowell, right? And you are responsible for your life. And certain things, as I'm leaving this message, I know that this is, once again, such an important moment. Such an important moment. So if you are hearing this, if you're an authentic free soul and you're hearing this, you're a conscious individual. At these most important moments, this segues us to yesterday's lesson. I put up a very important video yesterday. And this is where psychology comes into play. You must understand this. That's why, when I set forth to do this, I became well-rounded. I tell people, you cannot put me in a box. You go out on the algorithms, I'm going to put this guy in this box. I'm going to put this guy. You have to know everything. That's why I'm still here. And you must understand the psychology of people out there and how this matrix works. And I shared that video yesterday. So the people that made it to this part, as we get towards the ending of this video, right now the message is for those. There are going to be people in these most important moments in life. This is an important moment. The NPCs that pop up to talk you out of it, to pull you back, to gaslight you. You must understand this psychology and behavior. And this happens every time. And now you could see the biggest picture, because right now your body is telling you, it's the tuning fork to telling you the truth. It is the shaman that is inside of you. You're feeling very sensitive to that. But the NPC normie is going to say, no, ball of gas, Get out of my face. Elvis Presley, oh my God, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so grateful for the support, Elvis. Elvis is in the building. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. Okay? So in your life, right? In your life, okay? You, the person that's getting this message, you are a conscious soul. You're hearing the words that Michael is putting out to the world right now. You have to make your own decision. And when the NPCs show up, it's nothing. Some people don't like that. Again, you watched my video from yesterday. Every time. Remember the lady from The Hangover? Every time it was the most important time. The NPCs will pop up to try to talk you out of it. A lot of people resonate with it. Watch my video. I give you real life evidence. In the world right now, this is the most, what's this year? Anyone that's been watching daily? This is year one. This is year one. It's the year of the fire horse, and the fire horse will not turn around. The fire horse will not turn around. You keep going. And as the sun continues to fire off and blast away, this fake matrix reality will be turned to dust. My job is to be responsible for myself. I show up every day. No one's going to stop the process I have to go through it. As God has given me the role to give this message out there, you don't curl up, all right? So in life, you don't drop your frequency. Others must raise your frequency. Others must raise their frequency to you. And if anyone that's new or come on, I have a Patreon. The link is in the description. We discuss as a community. You could watch that 2-hour video that we all discussed. The energies of this month. We are now here. We are now here. We are now here. And I'm making sure people see with authenticity. It doesn't mean, oh my God, wow, look at all the unicorns and rainbows. No, there's pain. There's a lot of pain riveting through the body. This is the answer. Chris Mason writes, it is the Holy Spirit fire. It's blazing light, warriors. There's a tremendous amount of pain, but the pain is the process. I'm just giving you the answers. If you're on this channel, you're not a spiritual bypasser. You are a spiritual warrior. Smash the out of the like button if you agree with that. You are not a spiritual bypasser. You're a spiritual warrior. The spiritual bypassers could watch us from the peanut gallery. Remember the peanut gallery years ago? Voices from the peanut gallery. That was an old school phrase. You can't be concerned. This is your everyday life. This is your everyday life. And that's why, we have a lot of processes that are going on. There's a lot of energetic attributes that are going on, but we must understand the psychology of this all. And Carl Jung calls this the process of individuation. You are no longer part of that matrix. Do you get it now? And none of this is easy. None of this is cool. And that's why that talk I gave yesterday is very relevant right now. And I, even at first glance, I felt called to leave that message. And this is why it's all the quantum. We are quantum shifting. And I don't understand sometimes how the messages, like, and they could be like totally different. How does it come together? And this is quantum. You can't be talked out of it. That's the only way. The only way you can miss this, I've shared it. It doesn't go away. Want to learn about my journey? You click subscribe. How you doing? At any point, I could have missed. There are timeline windows. There are windows. Not every day in the world is the same. Not every month is the same. And not every year is the same. Year 1, 1, 1, 1. Fire horses going. Look at that. The mystic truth has the fire horses already going, right? 1, 1, 1, 1. I'm responsible for me. I know I won't miss it. There will be people left in the dust. And I'll get some of the trolling count. I don't like. Okay, don't like it. I don't care. Do you get what this is? This is about you. You cannot. I'm going to keep saying this. You can't spiritually bypass this. You must go through. This is evolution. Welcome to evolution. How you doing? It just is. There are things you could mitigate the pain, accelerate, go through, get advice from people. Like, for example, one of the number one things on this channel over the years that people are, always fascinated with, when I discuss ascension symptoms and people in Australia, it could be the further, and they were feeling the same, they're feeling the same ascension symptoms at the same time. Okay. In a window of time. Okay. You have to go through these things. It's part of the process. There is no yogi, guru, crystal, tarot card, nothing. Zero. They're all cool tools. What I'm here to do is teach people the truth. I'm not saying if your friend wants to pull cards and all these other things, these things, there's ways of trying to figure this out and getting certain crystals and so on and so forth and sage in your home and all that other stuff. But at the end of the day, all roads lead to I am. Evolution is here. Alicia Matthews, 999. It's over, kid. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for everyone. And I'm sure you're feeling it too. If you made it to the end, it's a very important moment in your history. Forget about the history of, we talk about the history of humanity, but at the end of the day, it's about your everyday life. It's about your everyday life. And when you do the inner work, you are becoming the change. You are evolving for this new earth, for this new reality. And this is the answer. It is the answer. It is the answer. So I appreciate each and every one of you. So I forgot to say, so not that we wish it on other people, but other people share their symptoms. And if you're feeling the pain, not that we wish it on other people, but when so many people are feeling it in their back right now, you're feeling it in the spine, maybe you had a little situation in your solar plexus, it actually gives us the evidence and the mental calm that there is great evolutionary changes, because on the TV, I saw it on TV. It's got to be real. Yeah. Because on TV, they're not going to talk to you about ascension symptoms, right? They're not going to talk about the nervous system reset, right? The subconscious reset. That's what we discuss here. So I appreciate you all. And if today's message resonated with you, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful if you could hit the like button for the truth so that others can benefit from this. I'm so grateful if everyone will watch the videos that pop up here. Check out a second video today. It's going to help improve your life. And you, the person that's getting this message, don't be gaslit out of this. That's why I got to be a spiritual warrior. You got to be, because the herd of society, no, it's not real, rah, rah. And then you're going to disregard. If you go back to the matrix, if you go back to those old ways of eating, old relationships, you got to move forward. You got to move forward in love. It's actually about love. People don't understand real love, right? And they said love hurts. It does. Oh, it hurts, baby. And people will run away from love. At the end of the day, it's the love that you have for yourself, realizing that you are worthy. You have to embody this. You have to embody this, that you are worthy today. I love you. And most importantly, love yourself and know thyself. Know thyself. It's such an important, because you will, people always go to the source. What does this guru has to say? What does the man on CNN have to say? Right? All these. What does someone else? What does your body have to say? What does God have to say? Where is God? It's on the inside. Get it through. Get it through. I appreciate each and every one of you. Very powerful message today. And, those that, came in at the end, rewatch, I shared about AM radio, wisdom teeth, piezoelectricity, bones, a lot of information jam-packed in this episode. It's going to help you improve your life. Check out the videos here and hit me up on Facebook. We have Patreon, TikTok, all the stuff. They're in the description. Utilize the hashtag OurEverydayLives. And I'm grateful for everyone sharing. Sharing is caring, and it puts a signal out to the universe that this is a very important message at a very important time period. Very important. Know the importance here, not out there. And you're not going to fit into mainstream society anymore. So get ready for the journey, kid. This is evolution. I am the defender of our everyday lives. No matter what comes your way, light warriors, just keep going. I love you guys very much. Oh, it's a big day today. Bye for now.